We'll call to order. We'll turn on the mic. We'll call to order our regular meeting of the West Valley City Council this April 19th, 2022. It is 6:30 and we are in the council chambers of West Valley City Hall. Roll call vote. Roll call is all we need. Everyone is present except Councilmember Christensen, and he will be joining us in just a few minutes. We'll now turn the time over to Councilman Lars Norfelt for our opening ceremony.
Thank you. Would everyone please rise with me and we'll recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. We now have special recognition. I'd like to introduce County Council Member Amy Winder Newton. She's here with us tonight. Thank you for joining us. We now have our minutes for approval. Is there any discussion or motion for the minutes for April 12th, 2022?
I'd move for approval of those minutes.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion as second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, those pass. Thank you. We now have our comment period. We will accept comment period. It's limited to 30 minutes. Any person wishing to comment shall keep their comments to 5 minutes each. Upon recognition by the mayor, you will approach the microphone. If you did not sign up on the paper, please give us your name and address. All comments shall be directed to the mayor. No person addressing the city council during the comment period shall be allowed to speak more than once. And don't expect a debate. This is just your time to comment. City council staff will have time to comment within the 30 minutes. So we'll now turn the time over to speaker one, which is Ms. Newton.
Well, thank you. We didn't have council meeting today. Usually we do on Tuesday. So I thought I got to come to somebody's council meeting. I thought I'd come and say hi. I'm Amy Winder Newton. I serve on the Salt Lake County Council and I represent West Valley. My boundary, my new boundary is my northern boundary is 35th South. And then the west boundary is 40th West. So I have everything southeast of that boundary line in West Valley. But just wanted to come and say hi and also kind of update you on some of the things going on at the county. You know, I have this philosophy in county government that some people think that the county should be big brother over the cities. And I completely disagree. I come from city government. And so I believe government closest to the people governs best. That's in our cities. You guys know what your constituents and your community needs better than I do, serving in the county. And so I look at our role as being one of supporting our cities and doing things that can help what you guys are doing. So anyway, with that, I just want to make sure you know my door's always open. You know, we want to be helpful. If there's anything we need to know about that you guys are working on, please don't hesitate to reach out. And to that end, I just want to mention a few things that we've been doing recently. The first one, last month, we passed some funding for additional trails through our fourth quarter funds. And there's 2 trails that will run through West Valley that we're going to be working on. The first one goes from Taylorsville, and I'll end up going through West Valley and connecting in Magna through the Utah Salt Lake Canal. And so we're working on contracts there to get that done. And then the second one will be the Ritter Canal Trail, which goes from the Jordan River through West Valley and up to Magna. So those are things that we're working on. We know trails are a big priority for your residents. And so anyway, just wanted to let you know on that. Those should be finished next summer. By the end of summer is when we're kind of hoping. So the other things that we're working on, we recently got we've been talking about our Arpa funds. I'm sure you guys are dealing with Arpa as well. And we just passed $20 million of Arpa funding for affordable housing. And that's going to be in the form of a grant. So as we look at people building apartment complexes or housing units that are willing to set aside a small portion for affordable housing, we'll have a grant program there. So if you have developments in your city that may qualify for something like that, feel free to reach out. Dina Blaze at the county is who is coordinating that. Another item that we approved ARPA funding for was a workforce development program. We put 10 million into this. This is something we're partnering with the Utah Department of Workforce Services to help people who are in poverty and who maybe need help with some post-secondary education to be able to improve their upward mobility to get better jobs. And so what we're going to be funding is a grant program for navigators or kind of case manager type people that can help those people navigate some of the programs the community college is partnering, as well as some of the other universities. And so that's something else that we're doing. And then the last one I wanted to highlight is 2.1 million that we passed for water conservation grants for our cities. We know from the last legislative session, the legislature passed some water conservation efforts that fall to your laps, and we wanted to be able to help you there. And so we will have some water conservation as you have things that maybe you want to fund there. Just know there will be grant funds available at the county. So also while I'm here, I want to introduce my new policy advisor, Christy Morgan. She does constituent outreach. You may have gotten some emails from her. She has our business cards. We'd love to just leave with you with our cell phone numbers so that if you need anything, you know who to call. So anyway, thanks again for letting us come today.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. That was all that had signed up. Is there anyone else that wishes to speak that did not sign up? Okay, and anyone online? Okay, thank you. We'll turn the time over to Ms. Cottle. Do you have any comments for today?
No, not today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And council, any comments? Okay, seeing none, we'll close the public comment period and move on to our first public hearing. It's application Z5-2022. Turn the time over to Ms. Cottle.
Thank you, Mayor. This, as the council is aware, is an application from Northrop Grumman, one of our longtime business partners here in the city and longtime business residents in the city. And the application is it involves two requests with regards to their overpressure zones in our city. The first is the most significant, and it requires or requests a change that is just a straight removal of the southeast most overpressure zones. And this is due to the information provided by Northrop Grumman regarding their activities on the ground that they own and the removal of the blasting activities and testing activities in that area. They're no longer doing that, so they can remove those circles. The second request is a relocation, kind of a shifting of the center and western circles. Again, this more closely aligns with the actual location of their hazardous manufacturing activities and provides for the appropriate location for those overpressure zones. So as you're aware, these have been in place in the city for quite some time. We have not up until now, except for some very minor adjustments, seen a request for or had a request for adjustments. Also, as you're aware as a council, this involved a significant public notice process. Many notices, many thousands of notices went out. Our good planning department produced a video that provided some very detailed and specific information for those residents that received that notice. And by that video, we're able to answer the vast majority of the questions that were out there. So that's the report on that. And I can answer any questions you'd like.
Okay, thank you. Does the council have any questions for Ms. Cottle? All right, we will now open the public comment period. You may come to the mic and give us your, not public comment, public hearing, sorry. Give us your name and address if you would like to speak on this issue. Okay, seeing none, we will close the public hearing and turn it back to the council for comments, action.
Motion to approve ordinance 22-16.
Thank you. And a second?
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion, a second. We'll turn it over to Ms. Kamic for a roll call vote.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Hune.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. We'll now turn to resolution 22-68, and we'll turn the time over to Ms. Cottle.
Thank you, Mayor. As the council recalls, last legislative session, the legislature passed HB 1003, which removed from the city's ability to regulate design standards for the most part in residential situations. As you'll also recall, for the city, because we're nearly built out, there were just a few locations that affected. And as we endeavored to provide the council with the ability to work on those projects, the staff proposed a zone change. This is one of those properties. The property is located at 3846 South, 2200 West, and is currently zoned R18 with a general plan designation of low density residential, 3 to 4 units per acre. As this application was made, we were in contact with the property owner who was willing to comply with the design standards that we had in place with regards to the housing via a development agreement, which, as you know, that landowner has signed and is attached to the project, and basically does provide for the ability to have that housing at the standard that the council desired prior to this legislative action.
Okay, thank you. Is there any comment or questions for Ms. Cottle?
You have a picture there by chance, this Carl? I mean, the photo is something about this 1.31 acres,
Yeah, we could put the map up.
yellow map. or
Sure.
something.
Yep, just give me 1 second to do that.
Okay.
Yep. Let's throw a map up. And of course, when I say we, I really mean the experts in the room.
Hello, my name is Steve Pastrick, and I am the Community Development Director
I
for.
want the map of
Just
the.
throw-
Yeah,
throw
there we
them
go.
up.
It'll just take us a second. Get that up here.
So is he able to keep his R18 zoning? He just has to sign the development agreement. Is that the?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Is that good enough?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have it figured out. Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
Yeah.
Now it's on
Yeah,
your
yeah.
screen.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. Do you have
It
any
has 4
questions?
lots.
It'll be a few more than 4 at
Okay.
1.31 acres. It's 3 to 4 units per acre. So it'll probably be about
Okay.
maybe 4, maybe 4 or 5. Mhm.
Okay.
Once you get the road in there.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll now turn it to the council for comments, motion, your pleasure.
I move for approval of resolution 22-68.
Okay, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Turn it over to Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. We will now move to resolution 22-69. Ms. Kamic, or Cottle. Ms. Cottle, please.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the resolution that authorizes us to enter into an agreement for the pavement seal coat application machine that Dan Johnson presented to you last week. Can answer any other questions you have.
And this is just a short-term lease, so we see if we like the equipment or not to purchase.
Yes.
Okay. Any questions, comments, or a motion from the council?
I move for approval of resolution 22-69.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. We'll turn the time over to Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. We'll now move to resolution 22-70. Ms. Cottle.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes us to purchase a custom 28-foot trailer that is a specialized trailer for our police department and for mobile unit activities, as we discussed last week, when our folks are out on a particular location and need some of the basic cleanliness and other abilities to work together when they're not near an office or somewhere they can gather up. So this is a customized trailer, 28-foot trailer for purchase using coronavirus. We'll say it that way. That's it stated that way. Coronavirus grant money. Excuse me.
Okay, thank you. I'll now turn it to the council for comments or a motion.
I'll move for approval of resolution 22-70.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. We'll now move to resolution 22-71.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Like the last purchase, this is utilizing funds that we received separate from the city funds as the police department for coronavirus emergency funds. This is to purchase laptops, the warranties that go along with that, adapters and other licensing agreements for use by the police department.
Okay, thank you. And this is their normal 4-year rotation-ish.
Yes,
They may have gone 5.
yes.
Okay, thank you. I will now turn it to the council for comments or a motion.
Motion to approve 2271.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. I'll turn the time over to Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. We'll now move on to our new business. We have application S-1-2022. Ms. Cottle.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. This is an application for final plat approval. This property was in front of the council before, rezoned from A to RE. It's at 3716 South, 5450 West. The subdivision is 12 lots on 4.42 acres. It's an overall density of 2.7 units per acre. The lot sizes are between 12,000 and 29,000 square feet. And access to the subdivision is gained from 5450. As we discussed prior, this subdivision meets all of the requirements in the ordinance, and final plat approval is therefore sought by the applicant.
Okay, thank you. Now turn it to the council for comments or a motion.
I move for approval of application S-1-2022.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
No.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes by majority.
Okay, thank you. We'll now move to application SMI-1-2022. Ms. Cottle?
Okay, this is also a final plat approval application. The site is at 3890 West, 4700 South in the Smith's Food and Drug subdivision. This is 2 lots located on 7.74 acres on the southwest corner of the Smith's grocery store. This is for the proposed use of a new restaurant, El Pollo Loco. It's the new lot's 24,000 square feet. The minimum is 20,000 square feet required, and the remaining lot will be just over 7 acres. As before, this applicant has met all the requirements for final plat approval and therefore seeks that from the council tonight.
Okay, thank you. I'll now turn to the council for comments or a motion.
I move for approval of this delicious application SMI-1-2022.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Turn the time over to Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. We have no further business, so we have just one motion left.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
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 And we're adjourned. Thank you so much.